Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the King, and welcome back to the channel. The other day, in our video, we spoke about a new currency that could be coming on into Dead by Daylight. Today, as promised, I'm going to be talking about my theory on what I think this actually means and what it actually could be. Before we go ahead and jump on into this video, guys, we are so close to 100,000 subscribers. We're inching there closer and closer. Please consider subscribing down below because over 50% of you guys that are watching these videos are not currently subscribed. And if you think you're subscribed, please double check because sometimes YouTube bugs you out and it unsubscribes you. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the information for those of you guys that don't know. So recently in the coding, we got some code work leaks on what says currency, and these are rumored to be new currencies. Now, keep in mind, of course, this is in the coding. We've seen things in the coding before that didn't really mean anything and sometimes even threw us off, so take it with a grain of salt. It's not confirmed or anything like that, just speculation. So in the coding, it says that we're getting two new currencies. We're getting Keystones and Obsidian bones, and I heard a lot of people talking about this and what this actually could mean very early on. The first initial reaction that a lot of people thought was this was going to be for the Lunar New Year event. We know that this is coming because it was rumored to come in the coding, and then recently on the clown video of the little update to clown, we saw that the generator was in the Lunar New Year theme. So everyone automatically assumed that this was for the Lunar New Year. However, a couple of points to talk about it. We know that Dead by Daylight are only going to be focusing on 2 events instead of all of them, so we can't really expect a new currency. And on top of that, if there was a new currency, normally it's just one. Think about Putrid Serum. When we received Putrid Serum, we only had one special currency that worked for both Survivor and Killer. Doing this would force you to play on one side in order to get one specific currency, and you don't really want to do that. So the next initial thought that a lot of people had was, hey, this is just probably going to be the Keys and Mori rework. You know, they've been talking about Keys and Mori a very long time. However, when I asked the question on the Q&A if they are going to be giving us any updates on Keys and Mori's and is there an ETA, they still said no. You know, no more updates. They're working on it, but no ETA, so it doesn't make sense that this would be in the coding just yet. And even to that, Keystones and Obsidian bones don't really go hand in hand with Keys and Mori's. Maybe the key and the Keystones, but doesn't really make too much sense to me as it is a currency and not any offerings or add-ons. So it brings me to one point that this is a brand new feature that we're going to be seeing that's going to directly correlate with the brand new currencies. Now, what exactly can that mean? In our previous videos, we talked about things that we need in DBD. Some cool concepts were in that video, talking about some amazing things that they could bring on in that would spice up the game, especially for the OG players and even the newer players. And that specific thing, my friends, was a crafting mode. Crafting mode in DBD. Now, in this theory, I basically said that the way it's going to work is that you're going to bring in a new currency, scrap items, and collect something like scrap metal as a new currency, and then use that scrap metal in order to create new parts. Every part, depending on the rarity, would be, you know, much more expensive. So the common stuff or uncommon stuff will be a lower cost than the very rare or ultra rare items. And doing this, you'll be able to get yourself some more items that you would personally use in the game rather than relying on RNG in the blood web and then getting a stack of medkits or toolboxes or flashlights that you would never touch. Now, the obvious concern for this is that what about the OG players? You know, the ones that have thousands of items of one variation, you know? What if I have 1,000 uncommon toolboxes? I scrap it all and then make 1,000,000 purple flashlights. And there is a pretty simple fix to this, as I mentioned in that video. Either for daily, weekly, or monthly, you can set a limit onto how much things you can actually craft. Or you can set it to how much of one specific item you can craft in a set amount of time. By doing this, you can limit it to ultra rares being at 5 per week. You can set it to something like that, whatever the case may be, so it won't be spammed as often. And in due time, it will be pretty much perfect. You won't see an abundance of items, and players will still have the opportunity to have much more of their favorite items. So people that use flashlights a lot, such as me, I can scrap all toolboxes as I never use them, and even some medkits, make some toolboxes and make some flashlights, and use them in my games. Or if you like using toolboxes or medkits and you have a bunch of flashlights that you never touch because you don't know how, you can scrap them, create new items, and you'll have a limit so that if you do exceed it, you'll just have the amount that you currently have, and you won't be able to spam it, if that makes sense. So what does that have to do with the currencies that we're getting? Well, as I said, incorporating a new currency would be a good way to make that crafting system work. And when you think of Keystones and Obsidian Bones, you think of Survivor and Killer. You know, the Obsidian Bone being the Killer and the Keystones being the Survivor. So maybe that's what they're going to be calling the crafting material that we're going to be getting. Instead of salvage or crafting components or whatever the case may be, it will be called Keystones and Obsidian Bones. And with this, by dismantling some offerings or add-ons for a specific killer, it might be a little bit more complicated on the killer side, you'll be able to get these Obsidian Bones and to craft and create more items. We've seen something similar like this on DBD Mobile, where you have one currency and you can use it in the blood market and grab yourself some stuff, and that's blood points, of course, and then you can unlock specific things. So it's a similar concept, but not exactly the same. And then, of course, for the Keystones, flip it on the side and you just, you know, it's much more easier. Toolboxes, medkits, keys, keys, rainbow maps, whatever the case may be. Scrap it, get a certain amount. Now, obviously, there's going to have to be very good balance with this in order to get it to work fully in the game. And if you either make something a little bit too accessible, you might see some issues here and there. But all in all, I do think that they can get this to work if they really put the effort into it, and if this is it. Now, of course, this could not be it, and Keystones and Obsidian Bones can either A, be a troll and mean nothing, B, have to do with a completely different feature, or C, I'm correct about this. We'll have to wait and see what that entails. Remember, we might not even see anything with this, so don't get your hopes too high. This is just my theory on what I think Keystones and Obsidian Bones will do. And personally, I think that if this does happen in the game, it would be amazing. Let me know what you guys think about the Keystones and Obsidian Bones in the comments down below. Do you think it has anything to do with a new type of system? Do you think I'm correct in saying that this could be a crafting mode? I would love to hear your opinions down below. And do you think this would be balanced and work in the game? Again, as I said, this is a theory, so take it with a grain of salt. But that is going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please consider leaving a like down below and consider subscribing. As I said, we're so close to 100,000 subscribers, so it'd mean the world to me if you did hit that subscription. And for those of you guys looking out for the codes, if you guys got some of this video, congratulations. More codes will be coming up on more videos all the way to the new year and on our Twitch streams, which you'll be seeing on Sunday. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. As always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the vlog.
Ain't got no place to call my